All right.
I would like to
So,
say I reviewed the video, and I'm one of those people. I'm in the camp of someone who really hates the sound of their own voice when played back at them.
Who doesn't?
I also turned up the gain a little bit. Before it was a little bit quieter. Hopefully this second video will be a little bit clearer.
I trust you. Okay. So, um, you guys have this situation going on. Um,
For once, I
you
am
just
not
defeated these
looting the
two
body.
salamanders,
Not looting the body.
looting the body.
No, I
Um,
said I'm not for once
oh,
looting the bodies because
okay.
fire. Ah.
Well, do they extinguish when they pass, when they die?
um, ironically, it does not say.
I'm just going to point an ice beam at them until they're frozen solid, and then we can loot their bodies.
Yeah, all it says is heated body. A creature that touches the salamander or hits it with a melee attack while within 5 feet of it takes 7 or 2d6 fire damage. Doesn't say anything else about them.
All right, yeah, then I'm just going to ice beam them until they're safe to touch.
All right. And I'm assuming that's cantrip.
Yeah.
All right. Then we'll go ahead and say, for the sake of brevity, that you managed to freeze them fairly well. Uh, let's see. Really, all they have on them are their spears. Um, though you do find. I'm just going to stop typing and start using this. Um, Between them, you find about roughly 50 gold.
Sweet.
Um,
Was this like encrusted on them, or was this they had like little bags, little satchels?
they had like it's not so much a satchel. It's uh, yeah. Well, yeah. I guess you could say it's kind of a satchel.
And are those satchels fireproof?
Um, well, they are made of kind of highly tanned leather, so you would imagine there's something kind of similar to like a blacksmith's apron or something like that. Really resistant to heat.
Might be worth some coins to someone somewhere.
These will be my new slippers as I go wading through the lava. This plan can't possibly go wrong.
And then it reaches your knees and roll damage. Um,
Wait, did you see the movie Volcano? Oh no, I'm thinking of Dante's Peak. Never mind.
but yeah, other than that, uh, since the weapons aren't actually being wielded by the salamanders anymore, they're basically just mundane, regular spears. Um, they're only heated when they're being wielded by them. So,
Should we kite the
uh,
spears?
you would have room in the quiver of Alona that you guys bought.
Sweet. Rod, the lava flow originates from here, right? It was diverted from this area?
Yes. Let me bring up my drawing tool here. Pick a color that'll be easily seen. Um, the lava flow kind of comes up from this larger pool to the south and just kind of flows up this way and around, kind of like that. Um, it looks like the source originated from somewhere around down here, diverted from the larger pool up and around into this cavern here, or into those tunnels.
So, can we stop that diversion with some of the rubble that has fallen?
Yeah, I'm wondering if that's...
Um, well, roll a investigation check for me.
I will assist her.
Okay.
So, I want to roll an advantage intelligence.
Oh shit.
But investigation is a skill on your character sheet.
Oh, investigation. There it is. Okay. it there.
All right. Wait, did I miss something? Is someone giving you an assist on that?
Yeah.
I
Sean.
did. Did
So,
you?
yeah.
If you didn't hear me, or did you hear me?
22.
Okay.
No, sorry. I was trying to figure out how to clear the arrows in one go, and I made a mistake and I wasn't paying attention.
Sean
But yeah,
assisted me on my investigation.
okay. It does look like this area here, the rocks and kind of the walls and the ceiling look somewhat fragile. You could probably bring some of the house down in this area right here, that may stop off the lava. But you might also risk blocking the whole tunnel as a whole.
I meant
Entirely
the rubble
way
that
back.
already fell. Could we just throw some of the rubble that already fell
Oh, that
into the place where you?
that was back here. That was back here in the southwest, on the other side of the campsite, is where that was.
Do we have the decanter of?
You could
Everfull
probably.
beer?
No, that was on Nim,
Damn. Okay.
unfortunately.
Somebody should have Skyped that from Nim. Damn it.
Hindsight 2020.
Always is.
You could probably, with a few strength checks, probably get some of the rubble that's back there on the other side of the camp. But it would probably take quite a while to make that trek back and forth constantly. It might
We've
cost
got
you some.
nothing but time right now.
Well, it might also cost you some exhaustion points, which would really affect your rolls later on.
we have tents. Long rests can happen.
So
It's up to you guys, whatever you want to do.
So I can do Tensor's floating disc. It can do 500 pounds at a time and lasts an hour. So maybe what we can do is load up the floating disc, walk it across, dump it, and make 5 or 6 trips. Would that avoid the exhaustion?
Or we could just go
That
across
would
the
very
lava
much.
flow.
I'm sorry?
Or we could just use the disc to go across the lava flow.
Well, the kicker is you can't ride the disc. It follows whoever cast it. So someone would have to go wading into the lava while everyone else rode the disc. And it's only 3 feet in diameter.
That's a no. We don't want to be that up close and personal.
All right.
Rob, would that work as a way to avoid the exhaustion and move debris?
That would definitely work. What's the duration on it?
1 hour.
1 hour? Yeah, you could probably get enough debris with a 500-pound limit. With Thargus and Kazira's help, you could probably load the rocks up pretty easily. Okay, yeah. So for the better part of an hour, you guys spend kind of chunking off some debris here. Sadly, Snow Santa dissipates during the interim. I'll clean these guys off really quick.
Okay.
All right, not to be morbid, but is there anything worth harvesting off the salamanders for resale?
Yeah, is there any
Maybe
magical parts?
the scales, maybe some blood.
Cool.
But remember, you'd have to work fast to get. Pardon me. You would have to work pretty fast to get them sold off before they just became kind of.
What if we cast Gentle Repose on the body parts?
What's Gentle Repose again?
It's a cleric spell. I'm not sure if we actually have it. You touch a corpse or other remains for the duration. The target's protected from decay and cannot become undead. It's a 10-day duration. Clerics, wizards, those of Grave Domain and Circle of Spores have it.
Is that a concentration spell?
No, it is not.
Okay. It
I'll
might
go.
work if you have it.
I do not know if I have it. Does anyone else have it, Jules?
Mm,
Ooh, it is a ritual, though.
yeah, no, I don't have it. Very sorry.
You know, with our group's propensity for lopping things off our foes and trying to sell it off, that's probably a spell we should invest in. Okay.
All right. So, for the better part of an hour, you start uh, collecting debris into this stopgap, and eventually, the lava flow stops up. You see it stops actually flowing in, and the lava itself begins to recede to from wherever or recede to wherever it is emptying out from. Um,
I'll hasten things along with well-placed ray of frost uh, beams. Try and get it to a point where we can safely cross it.
okay.
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 So what was the challenge rating of the lava?
All right. So the lava flow, you finally get it to where it kind of cools into much harder rock, um, and the way it looks to be cleared out. Um, all right. So the rest of the path is open to you guys. Um, you're free to move wherever you want to go, whatever you want to do.
Left or forward?
After forward. All right. So Thargus is going to go ahead and take point.
Did we want
Just
to take
kind
a
of.
short rest to get any spells back? Or while we're
Get it.
waiting for it to cool, was there an opportunity to take a short rest?
Short rest is at least 1 hour. Yeah, you could probably take a short rest. So, it's kind of limited to getting back abilities that you would get back during a short rest, and you wouldn't have to spend any hit dice because you topped everyone off already with the lemur.
I'd just be using the
But any
wizard.
short rest abilities you would, yeah,
Okay,
any short rest abilities you had, you would get back.
cool.
I wonder, does he get back? Um, okay, yeah, Thargus gets back his superiority dies after a short rest. So he's up to 5. Okay. Um, okay. So, as you guys crest around here, you can actually see some light coming out of some light protruding from the end of the hallway here, down at the end. Or I should say, from right here,
Do we hear anything?
you can begin to see a halo of light. Just the usual rumble and churning and spraying of the island exterior.
Got it.
And you guys are able to now exit these caves. Huzzah! You find yourselves back out at the exterior of the of this set of caverns. You see what appears to be a large causeway leading out from here. You can actually see where Gabrian's spells had kind of cooled the lava into a large kind of black icicle-shaped protrusion dangling down from this doorway. The causeway curves around to the left and heads up into the volcano proper, into the volcano itself. A large tunnel opening, maybe about 100 yards up this causeway, straight up to this cave entrance in the volcano itself.
Hmm.
So are we actually in like a volcano proper with like a pool of magma beneath and like like the sky above us?
Yeah, the sky is definitely open above you.
Oh, okay, cool.
But the causeway itself is kind of a scar in the cliff face that kind of makes its way up about 100 yards or so to this cave entrance, actually going inside the volcano itself.
Okay.
Like we're going spelunking.
No, it's still a roadway. It's going to be kind of tough to manage through. And in fact, I do need you guys to make a strength athletics check for me really quick.
Alrighty.
And athletics?
I'm gonna use I'm gonna use guidance on myself since I suck at athletics.
Nice. And roll for Thargus.
15.
Oh,
Natural 20 for Thargus.
Thargus now owns the cave.
All right. So that's D4. You rolled it. So 15 for you, Sean?
Correct.
Okay. Unfortunately, Kazira and Jules kind of have a bit of a misstep. I need you guys to make a dexterity save for me.
Now I can do that just by clicking dexterity, the same as I've been doing.
It'll be under your saving throws. Just click dexterity in that box.
Ta-da. Well,
Awesome.
phew.
Awesome. Okay, you managed to
Whoop, 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 whoop.
to hold on and keep from falling off. Kazira, however, takes a little tumble and rolls off the causeway a little bit.
I cast Feather Fall.
Okay. Excellent. It's only about a 10-foot drop to the basin.
Oh.
But, yeah. It spared her at least a D6 worth of damage. But I'm going to have you, Kazira, roll a strength athletics check to climb back up. Excellent. You get back up top. and make your way fully across to the rest of the way to the volcano cave entrance. The smoke and debris here is actually a lot thicker. Breathing gets harder. It's really tough on your lungs and your body itself. The smell of sulfur and ash and the heat just getting so much more intense as you get closer to this volcano. But eventually you do get there. You do manage to get your way to the cave entrance. Here, though, something makes you take pause. The instant you approach the cave entrance, you hear this kind of loud rumble from deep within.
Like the moving of earth, or a creature growling?
It sounds like an impact. And as you enter this cave, you hear this echoing voice. It seems to ring off. It seems to bounce off every wall and surface around you. It almost works its way not just through your ears, but into your brain itself. And you hear, "And just what have we here? By all means, I bid you enter. It is not often that my meal walks so willingly onto my dinner plate. I know what it is you seek, keepers. You seek my dearest prize, though I highly doubt, my little morsels, that your fate will be better than your predecessors. So come, gaze upon my magnificence, and rejoice, for in no small honor to be deemed worthy of being my dinner."
I don't think this is what we meant when we said chosen ones.
And the voice kind of recedes back, and everything kind of just goes back to its normal thrum and hum of the everyday volcanic activity.
Why do you assume we were keepers?
Yeah, that's kind of surprising.
Uh-huh.
Rob, can I make an Arcana check to see if that was like a magic mouth or some other kind of effect?
Yeah,
Okay.
you can certainly try.
All right, core.
On a plus on that?
I would love an assist on that.
I would give you an assist on that.
Okay, collaborating with Kazira on the
I'm gonna roll a
Arcanic
second one real
nature.
quick because I forgot to do advantage.
Oh, well, still 23. It did have the characteristics of a magic mouth or a sending spell. You don't get the gist that if you had tried to converse with the voice that it would have responded. It seemed like it was just a one-way magical message that was coming at you.
Okay, so that's probably sending since it wasn't pre-programmed. Okay.
Hey, Rob,
Yes,
I
ma'am.
have absolutely no information on my screen again. It's all black. Wait. I found it.
Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah, whenever I switch maps on you like that, the first thing you should always try is just zooming out, finding where your characters are, and then zooming in on that spot.
Yeah, I just was oriented in a way that when you switched it, I was way far away. Yeah.
No worries. Okay. So, as you first enter this cave, the first thing that comes up, the first thing that you see is this large cliff face rising up.
Awesome.
Roughly about 50 feet high. Though you do see what appear to be sources of light, probably more lava flows, radiating from up above it.
Crap, I burned my only feather fall.
I think the ladder we retrieved from the pit is not going to be tall enough.
I look to Jules. Featherfall?
Nope. I'm
Alright.
looking. I'm going through.
I mean, you guys could attempt a strength athletics check to climb it. If any of you have any climbing gear, it would give you advantage on the roll.
All right,
No.
so we're 50 feet above, and what's beneath us? Is it just a flat
Well,
area?
we had an option to continue forward before. It's possible that it will take us back down and around.
Yeah, as far as you could see, this was the only possible entrance into this volcano, as far as you could see.
Okay, what's 50 feet below us?
Right here in this cave.
Well, we're right at the edge. We're right at a ledge, correct?
Well, you're inside the cave itself.
Okay.
You're at the base of this cliff, looking
Yeah,
up.
the cliff goes up. And I don't
That
have
makes more
anything that
sense.
will allow me to float.
Okay. I.
Got some rope.
I wonder how much the giant spider can carry. Rob, with a strength of 14, can I carry one character at a time?
I would say you could, but it would require a strength check every time.
How difficult?
Actually, as
would
a
it be?
spider, I'll let you use either your strength or dexterity for it.
Oh, okay. Strength. Dex is 16, so it's a little bit better. And how difficult is this? Is this like easy, moderate, difficult, or does it vary from like Kazira to Thargus?
It just depends on the DC of the climbing that I'd set for climbing it. It seems fairly difficult. It looks like the cliff face itself isn't smooth by any sense of the word, but there are a lot of sharp, jagged edges that kind of pock the surface of this cliff. You figure that if you're climbing it barehanded or barefooted, you would probably take damage as you're climbing.
We need sticky gloves.
Yeah.
If I laid down silk as I was climbing, would that help the party at all, or at least some?
Yeah, in fact, the party could probably use it as a makeshift ladder to climb up.
Okay.
Hey!
All right. Well, then I'm going to go.
Hooray,
Spider
spider form.
Spider Gab does whatever Spider Gab does. So I'm gonna go spider form and start just going up and down and laying some silk.
Okay. Go ahead and just drag your spider form over onto the map. Ooh, that's a little too giant. We'll just reshape that a little bit. And then, yeah. I'll just pull you off to the side over here.
And yeah, I'm just gonna start laying silk up and down as
Okay.
best I can.
So let's start off with your first dexterity check. And
His or ours?
I'll let you use athletics if you have it as well.
Okay. The spider dexterity would be a better check than my athletics.
Okay. That'll work. 20. You get your way up. However, because you are climbing with unprotected feet, you take a grand total of 11 points of damage as you're climbing from the oh, you can climb difficult surfaces without the ability check. Okay. So you didn't need to make the check, but you still take the 11 points of damage from climbing. And you leave a nice little... that's a good thing here. Let's use that. You use a... you leave a nice little web ladder behind you for everyone to climb up. Okay, so I will go into here and do this. And you guys should now be able to move forward.
I've got a cure wounds I can do to get Sean.
I would not turn down a cure wounds.
Okay, and
How
Thargus
about
is up.
10?
Oh, awesome! Thank you.
Just Julian's there. All right, and are you gonna stay Spider for now, or go back to Gabrian?
Oh, I'm gonna stay Spider for now.
Okay, cool. So you guys have what looks like a cliff or a large rock wall right here that kind of bends around to the left or to the right, or going straight up ahead. As you kind of walk past this rock wall, you see what appears to be a large island surrounded by a rock, kind of like jutting rock walls way up here, that has a long causeway going across the lava to it. Let's see. I got to remember where my dynamic lighting lines are. Okay, yeah. It looks like there is an opening to this this large island, but it's been sealed off with a large boulder. And there does appear to be a large kind of, or not a large, but a very prominent source of light coming up from behind those tall rock walls.
Okay.
Where I'm pinging on the map, is that where the boulder is?
Yes.
Okay. And what was this path? Just off to our immediate right?
Uh-huh. Did you have a question about it?
What is it?
Oh, did you just describe it, or we haven't seen it yet?
Oh, whatever you can see, you can see.
So Gordon rounds the corner, and he thinks he sees something in that area, and relays that to Gabrian.
It would appear to be another one of those fire elementals that you encountered earlier before.
Oh boy.
It doesn't seem to be aggressively moving yet. It doesn't appear to have noticed you at the moment.
Okay, I don't think the web would work. Okay, I return to Gabrian form, and I relay that to the party.
Okay.
Okay. Now, can you speak in spider form?
No, I can't.
Haha.
So that's why I'm
Oh,
going to
boy.
drop and go back to my regular form.
Okay. Then I will bring you back into this. All right. There you go.
And I kind of step back, and I in hushed tones, one of those fire elementals is around the corner. Shh.
Mm. All right. Well.
Do we want to try and sneak past it, or do we want to try and get a jump on it? I guess another question, were they just aggressive, or did we initially attack them? in that open
They
fight?
appeared initially to be aggressive, yes.
Okay.
Yes, they did appear to be attacking us because we were there, not because we were in any way a threat.
Okay.
Well,
Sneak up on it and try and get a
what do you think,
surprise attack.
Kazira? You got the crap kicked out of you last time, so how do you feel about this?
I think we should just kill everything we encounter.
Yeah, all right. So, kill him.
So, Rob, are we in a surprise round where we could move and like whip spells around corners and all that, or would we want to be like
you
initiative
would.
first?
Well, let me do this. Nope, no skill proficiencies. Well, shit. Damn. Okay, I got lost in my own thought. What were you trying to do again?
I was asking if we were in a round of surprise and if we can actually take action against the elemental.
Yeah, you could take action if you want.
Okay. Do you really care about the order, or should we roll initiative real quick?
Do we care?
I don't think we care. Let's just.
I
throw
think
the die.
3 spells and a yelling tank are going to happen simultaneously.
All right, cool. All right, then I just get in position around the corner and huck an ice knife at the elemental. Oh, actually,
right.
I take that back. I'm going to Ray of Frost it because I think Ray of Frost slows him down.
All right, Ray of Frost it.
Is this attack with advantage?
Yes, it is surprise, so you have advantage.
Okay. Nice.
Very nice. 17 is a hit. So that's 6 points of cold damage.
Its speed is reduced to by 10.
Speed reduced by 10. Good to know. For how long?
Until the start of my next turn.
Okay. So he has... Okay, so he'll be doing that. All right.
Hi, buddy.
The rest of you guys have a surprise action if you want to take them.
I'm gonna throw a witch bolt.
Witch Bolt. Launch it.
How do you like
26, natural 20. All right. So roll damage.
that? Sure.
So 10 points of damage. Nice. All right. And that's a continuous until you cancel it, correct?
If she uses her action to do anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have to stand there and concentrate on it.
Okay.
And yeah, it will just keep doing damage until I do something.
Okay.
Like run away.
All right. And if I remember right, you don't have to roll any further to hit, correct?
I don't think so. It's just
A
damage.
sustained dot, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So that's your surprise. Oh wow. Nice upcast. What spell was that?
Blight.
Oh, criminy.
Light. Oh,
But it's the
criminy.
last one I have at that level, so
All right, so
Till we
DC 17. DC 17 con save. So he is going to attempt a con save. And rolls a 5. He shits the bed on that. So he takes a full whopping 42 points of damage. Holy shit balls. All right. Thargus is going to come screaming around the corner and charge into the fray. Staying out of your Witch Bolt, of course.
I should hope
And
so.
he is going to... Wait, how did he lose health?
Did he not get the lemur healing?
Oh, wait. This is an old...
Hey. Thank you, baby.
This is an old avatar for him. It's still got his level 10 hit points.
Wait, I thought
Okay.
we're all
Ooh,
level
they can-
10.
Yeah. Yeah, I used an old avatar
Oh, okay.
when I
Sure,
copied and
honey.
pasted on here.
I can pet
Um,
you. Now come closer.
So,
We haven't leveled,
he is...
right?
What's that?
We haven't leveled, right?
Not to 11 yet, no.
Okay.
Which, by the way, have you guys had a chance to go check out that experience tracker I put in the blog site?
Oh, no, I haven't.
You know, Rob, I actually apologize because you told me and I went and looked and I never used it. So I will
Oh.
go use it.
Yeah,
Sorry about
it's
that.
it's an experience tracker I put in the blog to help you guys reference where you're at. It's this nice little flow chart. It's pretty cool. You should go check it out when you have a second. But where is Thargus's character sheet? There it is. He is going to Frostbrand and Frostbrand for 15 and 16. Both are hits. Okay, and damage. And it takes a grand total of 14 and 8 is 22 points of damage. Or no, that cold is doubled. So, or is it on fire elementals? Do they have damage immunities? Resistance. Oh, they don't have any. They do not have a. What's it called? A vulnerability to cold. So that's normal damage. So it's 14 and 8 is 22. With that, its corporeal form begins to kind of shimmer and just kind of wobble a little bit, but it still maintains its physical form. Now I need initiative.
Okay. Do.
Ooh, Sean nailed it.
Oh.
And bring up the turn order. Oops. Descending. All right.
I didn't have me selected, Rob.
No, it's I got to remember Thargus has advantage on initiative throws with his shield. Okay, so Thargus and Gabrian at the top, tied. What's your dexterity, Thargus or Gabrian?
I think it's something like 12. It is
12.
15.
So Thargus is going to go first. All right. So he is going to Thargus. He is going to Frostbrand. And roll a 12. That's a miss. And then he is going to Goading Strike. 22. That's a hit. And does 12 points of damage. Plus 3 cold, so 15 altogether. Okay. And then this thing has to do a wisdom saving throw. And succeeds, natural 20. All right. So, he does not have to worry about disadvantage on attacking anyone else. But next up is Gabrian.
Okay.
Okay, I take a step forward, and I lob a couple Eldritch Bolts into the Fire Elemental.
Let it rip.
Do we have advantage still, or are we back to normal?
No, we're back to normal. Surprise has ended.
Okay.
Oh wow, even with a natural 2. Oh wait. Okay, yeah. The first one misses. The second one hits. And it takes 17 points of damage. Alrighty. Next up, let's see. Is that it for you, Sean?
Yep, that's it for me.
Alright, next up is the Fire Elemental. It is going to singe Thargus, who just charged right up and interrupted its calm, relaxing day here. Is going to touch and touch. Oops, rolled too many times on that. The first two. The first one misses. The second one hits. And Thargus takes 7 plus 1 fire damage, so 8 altogether.
Hey Rob, could you take 4 points of damage off the Fire Elemental? I mistyped my Eldritch Blast.
Oh, wait, you mean add it, or?
Take 4 off. 4 less damage.
Oh, okay. Alright. There we go.
Sorry about that.
No worries. Next up is Kazira.
It's actually me. I was telling you, I didn't click on myself when I rolled, so my 15 didn't go
okay.
into the list.
1 second here. Let me add turn. Jules, what did you roll? 15?
1-5, yes.
Alright, so...
Sorry about that.
No worries. There you are. Alright. So Jules is up.
Alright, you bastard. And it's going. It's just taking its time.
And acid splash. Alright, he is going to make a dex save. And roll a 13. That is a failed save, so he takes 11 points of damage. Alright. Okay. Next up is Kazira.
Oh, nice.
I was trying to roll damage again, but apparently I am not rolling damage. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Oh, there we go.
That's okay. Just click Witch Bolt again.
Oh, 5 whole points of damage. Woohoo.
5 whole points of damage. Alright. His corporeal form is wavering really hard now. He's having a hard time maintaining.
I'm gonna add a glare in there for good measure.
And next up,
And maybe a scream of Fayardi bitch, just, because.
well, why not? Go for it. Next up is Thargus. He is going to Frostbrand it. And a 23 is going to hit for 12 points of damage. And with that, the Fire Elemental goes up in a puff of flame and ash, spurting out its last vestiges of life, dissipating from this world, returning from whence it came.
Right on.
Did they leave anything behind? Or is it just like a little pile of ash?
It's like a scorch mark with a little bit of ash
Okay.
I
around
scraped up ash
on
from the
ground.
last one we killed.
Yeah, it leaves behind a little bit of ash, but that's about it. All right, and we are out of initiative. You guys are free once again to go ahead and move on. What is your plan?
Mm,
Find the next thing to kill.
yeah. Keep going till we get there. Now we did pack up those tents, right?
We did.
Okay. Well, provided we don't actually like trip over the dragon, might be wise to sleep before we engage the dragon.
I agree with that.
But we need to get as far up and as close as we possibly can to it.
So, Gordon, from his vantage point, can see a couple things. He thinks he sees the toe of a monster and something else in an alcove off to the side. Rob, am I seeing too far? Like, how well lit is this cavern?
Ping the map. Let me zoom out so I have a better perspective here. So where is it you're looking at from Gordon?
Here and here.
Oh wow, that's way far out.
And this is all fog of war stuff, so
Yeah,
this
that's-
might not be something he can see.
That's a little far off for
Okay.
true details. It is an open area that you can see to, but it's just kind of really far off to make out details.
What's our visibility right now?
Visibility is probably roughly in. See, and I wish I could get the fog of war to work with the dynamic lighting, but for some reason I just can't.
Oh, got it.
Visibility. Hold on, because before you start wandering too much, let me finish up here with Sean.
Sorry.
Visibility is probably right to around maybe 36, maybe 40 feet around this way.
All right, I'll try to keep from metaing, and I'll just keep myself kind of zoomed in 40 feet from my characters for now.
Okay. Okay, so now, everyone, go ahead and move around and explore whatever you want to do.
I'm gonna go check out this boulder.
Okay. Go ahead and head across the causeway. Now, as you reach this point, I need you to make a dexterity saving check, or saving throw.
Everyone? Or Gordon?
Just Gabrion as he's going
Dex
up the
save.
little causeway.
Okay. Sean, you may have wanted to save that feather fall.
Oh,
Because,
Another pit.
yeah,
Ugh.
it appears to be something similar to what Thargus encountered. It's another, what it looks like another air pocket in a dried up lava flow. And I need you to take, it's not as deep though. It's only about 10 feet deep, and you only take 1 point of bludgeoning damage.
And you have the ladder in your bag of holding, don't you?
You know, I don't remember us saying that we broke the ladder back down and tossed it in the bag of holding. So, Rob, that is your call. But
I think I do remember you guys
No,
pulling the ladder back out.
We did. We pulled the ladder back
Yeah.
out and
Oh,
kept
okay.
it 'cause we might need it later. 'Cause
okay, then
we were-
I start removing the broken ladder from my bag of holding and go through several rounds of using the mend spell to put it back together and climb back out.
Okay, so you climb your way back out again.
Yep.
mumbling under your breath, "Fucking pits! Why don't they just leave me alone?" um,
I've
Okay.
had enough of these pits.
Eventually, you guys just start watching your step.
Hmm.
Okay, so Kazira, really quick, you're heading up around the corner there, or are you just gonna kind of keep it on Sean right now?
I'm actually going to scout around this corner.
Okay.
Using my quarterstaff to whack
Um,
the ground ahead of me first.
okay. Yeah. You can go ahead and peek around into that room. I'll come back to that later. Sean, you're heading up towards that boulder.
Yes, but carefully feeling the ground again for more of these pits.
It's you see, this is what's funny about players who play rogues. The instant they make one mistake, they remember that mistake. It's kind of unique to people who play rogue. What it is, as you approach this boulder, you can actually begin to hear some muffled voices. They're just kind of talking in well, roll an intelligence check really quick. Well, you can't really make out what it is they're saying, but you can definitely hear some muffled voices coming from the other side of that boulder.
I use the earring and I communicate to the party. There's voices on the other side of this boulder. And then I kind of
Kazira, as you're looking into this room, it's actually a rather large room, and it appears to be covered in what looks like fairly burned up skeletons.
Ew. I will use the earring to relay that information. And I'm gonna.
And that's when you hear Gabrian come over the earpiece.
Oh. Okay, I'm going to go back to where Gabrian is and ask him politely to put the ladder across so I can come across to where he is.
I probably left the ladder in the pit because I knew I'd be coming back this way. But I need to kick it across so you can get. Okay, I'm gonna try stealth. This is not my forte. I'm gonna try and stealth back to the pit so I don't alert the voices in case they haven't heard us. And then I push the ladder across the pit for Kazira.
Okay. Kazira now has.
I will crawl down the
ladder,
and then I will go back up the ladder, and then I will be over here where Gabrian is.
Okay.
So we can see if we, between us, know what the voices are saying.
Okay.
I'm going to stay next to the pit and be kicking the ladder across so that if anyone else wants to come this way, they can get to it.
Okay. So you are the elevator bellhop.
Yeah.
Um,
do. Okay, so.
So Kazira, I'll have you roll an intelligence check, see if you can make out these voices.
And I didn't do very well.
No, you can't really make them out either.
Do I have any hope from the wrong side of the pit?
No, not
I have
really.
to run to the bathroom. I will be back momentarily.
Okay.
So down and back up?
Yep, and also I'll push the ladder across for her.
And Thargus is just going to stay on this side so that we don't lose the ladder to the other side.
Okay.
Okay. You can go ahead and make an intelligence check as well.
I actually have. No, nothing helpful, I guess. Okay.
Oh, that's an intelligence save.
Yeah.
Would have been glorious, but
Nope.
well, you can make out the voices, and you can. You can't make out what they're saying individually, but you can make out that it does sound kind of like. That is so weird. You guys rolled 8, 9, 10 consecutively. It does kind of have the same kind of vocal influx and accent to it that the Azers you previously met had.
Oh, so these might be the prisoners.
If they're actually prisoners and didn't come up here to do their own thing.
Is there any kind of indication if they're in distress or if they're hiding, or I mean, can we infer intent by the tone of the voices?
Not with those rolls, no.
Okay. Is the rock blocking a path, or is it covering a hole?
It appears to be. If you moved the rock, it would be kind of like a. It looks like it's just a gap between the rock surfaces. Is what it looks like.
What kind of strength is needed to move this boulder?
You'd have to roll to find out.
I know I would fail. You know what? Okay, I'm gonna give it a try, and I'm gonna probably come back and say we need a giant. Actually, I will try and use my smarts on this and use a crowbar to see if I can lift the boulder or kind of leverage it or roll it out of the way.
Okay. No, you're probably going to need some help.
Does Thargus... Oh, I'm sorry, I might have been muted. So I tried, I got a 9. I go back to the pit and I gesture for Thargus to come across.
Okay. He comes across, moves the ladder over to your side, comes over. He is going to roll a strength check.
I'll hand him the crowbar.
Okay. Let me just read what I put for my notes here. Okay. Rolling strength. Oh wow, he only rolls a 10. Yeah, he kind of sheepishly looks back at you guys. I hate to say it, but I might need some help on this one.
So how many
Okay.
of our party can participate in this check? Is it just 2 or 3?
You can if someone gives help, it'll give him advantage on his roll. But the more people that join in, the lower the DC you'll get.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll join in, although I have the lowest strength of the party.
Okay. So
Well, and I don't have the highest, but I
will-
can
go
certainly
ahead.
help.
yeah, any help will lower the DC. So
Huh?
he will roll one more time,
One more?
and with advantage rolls a 24. So that time, with everyone's help and everyone's help and kind of guidance, what layer did I put that in? There it is. You managed to roll the boulder back. And then once I remove this, this is what you see ahead of you. There are a large number of Azer kind of bunched together, many of whom have just moved out of the way of this rolling boulder that just came towards them. And they're all looking at you, just kind of blinking, kind of surprised. They are kind of dressed down, a lot of them just in loincloths and makeshift tank tops, no weapons that you can see. Just a whole lot of different Azers, different sizes, shapes, males, females, a few children here and there. They're just looking at you kind of in surprise.
I put my finger to my mouth to hush them and kind of gestured for them to come our way. I don't imagine we have our weapons drawn at this point.
Not yet, no. As far as I know.
Not yet.
That's telling, isn't it?
Okay. There it is. They begin to kind of slowly shuffle towards you, very as quietly as they can.
I'll get to the other side of the pit, and either Thargus or the other party we can just kind of be flipping the ladder back and forth, kind of letting the Azers through.
Okay. Thargus is going to go ahead and get out of the way, letting everybody move through. So they're across. They're just kind of. One of them kind of eventually pipes up and says, "Who are you? What? Where did you come from?"
Oh, we get around.
Well, I thank you for freeing us, but it may cause more harm than good. How are our people, our town? How is everyone? Have you seen them?
They're fine. They sent us ahead to try and free you. We are here to help. We're going to attempt to defeat the beast, but for that we need information. What do you know about what's ahead of us? Have you seen the creature?
I've seen the beast, all right. A monster, a demon of fire and death.
How big is this thing? What can you tell us about it?
It's some ancient worm, some dire red dragon. He didn't stop at just imprisoning us. He saved a few of us for his own personal
Snacks?
meal.
Snacking,
And
yeah.
he just kind of spits
Oh.
the last word between his lips.
So, with the tunnel collapsed... Oh, you know what, though? When he collapsed the tunnel, there was still a second path for us to get back, right?
Yeah.
So,
Mhm.
so these captives can return to their town.
hmm
Okay.
There's still the spider silk to get down the cliff, so they should be able to just go on their
Yeah,
way.
they could
shouldn't
follow
they?
it, I would think.
Yeah. I mean, we'll of course give them the prerogative to come and join us in the fight, but really I'm going to recommend that they head back to their town and seek shelter in case we should fail.
As much as we would like to take our revenge on this beast, we would be little help without our arms.
And to that, the one that said that, I actually conjure a suit of armor, a hammer, and a shield using my my conjuration ability and hand them to him.
Are these for real?
So, using my conjuration, they are, as long as they are less than 3 feet on a side, I can conjure 3 articles. In this case, a suit of whatever their armor looked like, a hammer and a shield. So they're normal and functional, but they have no magical effect. But they do glow. Here, let me link that power. There we go.
Okay.
You should make sure that the shield has our castle, our
Ooh,
Okay.
our
branding.
sigil on it.
Well, he'll gladly don the armor and wield the weapon. Well, I thank you kindly. This should.
This is only temporary. It will only last a short while.
As long as it will at least help me defend my people on our way home.
Should do that.
All right. Yes, you could do that. I was kind of hoping he would join us.
He was, yeah, we were kind of hoping the other direction.
But I'm not going to say anything.
Certainly.
I'm not going to be like, oh, I see how it is.
Very well. We thank you, and please remember, if this monster finds us gone, what it will do to our people.
We plan to make the monster gone.
Or
Very
we'll
well.
be dead. It won't matter.
Yeah, your people made sure we were stuck in here, so you know.
You have my eternal thanks for your efforts. Thank you again, all of you.
Nice.
You have an hour with this equipment. Go save your people.
And with that, they all just kind of charge their way through the tunnels. And you hear the little twang, 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 twang of people climbing down the silk further down the hallway. And they vanish from sight. Okay. So what's next?
Well,
I thought we were going to have a long rest if we could.
Well, you can
Well,
only
we were gonna
benefit
see
from
how
one.
far.
You can only benefit from one long rest in a 24-hour period.
Oh,
Yeah, we were gonna see how far we can get towards the dragon first.
okay. All right. That works for me.
I'm guessing it's pretty close.
yeah, we just passed its little refrigerator, and
So-
we just said it's snacks free, so it is not too far away. I guess. How are we doing on resources? Like, I've only burned maybe 1/8 of my spells. I actually I'm pretty good. Jules, how are you doing on spells?
I've used both of my highest level. I still have a level 4 and most of the rest of
I'm good. I burned one.
Okay, because this feels like it's going to be a fight much, much worse than what we encountered with the White Dragon. By
Yep.
leaps and bounds. Oh, did I memorize? I didn't. The rope trick, I don't have it memorized, so we don't have the advantage of that. Although I can do Wall of Water, and we could possibly set ourselves up behind that Wall of Water to protect the hedge against a breath attack, and then just be stepping through the water to make our attacks and retreat. Although that puts Thargus kind of in the thick of it. I do not have. Do I have resistance? Memorized, I do not. Is there any way we can protect Thargus from? Oh well, he's protected from fire because of his Frostbrand, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, his Frostbrand gives him resistance to fire damage.
Does it
So
protect?
he
him
automatically takes half.
Okay. Does he get any kind of protection from cold as well? Oh,
No.
he has the Ring of Frost.
No, you guys gave those back, remember?
Oh, did we?
Yeah.
Those were on loan.
Damn it. Okay. So let's see here. Just gone through Nim has taken our Wand of Fear, his Bag of Holding, and the Cloak of the Bat, right? So we don't have those anymore?
Correct.
Crud. Do we have anything else at our disposal to deal with this dragon?
Well, you have that scroll of conjure elementals.
Ooh, that's a good point. Now, in casting that scroll, I actually have to maintain it, right?
Well, I would have presumed you would have copied it into your spell book by now.
Oh, I actually cannot cast 4th level spells, but
No, you can.
I'm a 5th level druid and a 5th level wizard.
Yeah, but you use the casting chart from the multi-class table.
Oh, so you're saying that I could actually have memorized conjure elementals?
Yes.
Oh, I
Where
did
is
not
it?
know that.
Yeah, multi-class spellcaster. You combine both all your levels from your multiple classes, and at 10th level you get 4, 3, 3, 3, and 2. So you can do up to 2 5th level spells.
And conjure elementals a 4th. Okay, so knowing that, see, I didn't know that. I assumed that I was limited to 3rd. Do we want to retcon and say that we copy that into the spell books?
I had pretty much presumed that you did already.
Okay.
So.
Would you allow me, knowing that fact, to swap out one of my spells that I have not cast yet to have memorized conjure minor elemental?
I have that
how
memorized.
How much do I like you, Sean?
I have conjure elemental memorized.
You do? Okay.
Uh-huh.
Solves the problem.
Yeah, I'll let you do it.
Okay, sweet.
Okay, so now we've got, okay.
We got 2.
So now what are you thinking, Sean?
Well, 2 ice mephits or of appropriate frosty creatures would be a great way to so that it do we want to have a wall of water as protection against a breath weapon? Because I can do one or the other, but not both.
All right, so what have I got? I've got...
Because you have Conjure Elemental, right?
And I have Wall of Fire, which is utterly useless where we are.
Rob,
so
to clarify,
what can I...
Do you have what?
Do we have Conjure Elemental or Conjure Minor Elemental?
Mine is Conjure Elemental.
Yeah, I believe it was Conjure Elemental.
Okay.
Here, I'll just do this. Might take it a minute.
Or no. Wait a second. Let me read the spell here.
Was the scroll a Conjure Minor or a regular Conjure?
Yeah, Conjure Minor Elementals.
Okay, so
right.
I have Conjure Minor.
You have Conjure Minor.
I bet Jules has Conjure Full Elemental. In which case, I might be better to have set. I might keep
Yours
that
might
in reserve.
actually be.
Yeah, I'll keep that in reserve and have a wall of water up as protection against a breath weapon. We can pass through it, but it should protect us from a breath attack.
Yeah, and see what I keep forgetting is that I can do this, and even though he doesn't know why, instead of only lasting for a little while, it lasts twice as long because Jules is a necromancer. So he gets 2 hours of an unseen servant, and I keep forgetting to cast it.
Nice.
I was like, come on, Ruth, really? But, okay.
So yeah, like a water elemental or a Zorn or something crazy like that.
I think all I can have... Let's see here.
An invisible stalker is a ridiculously powerful thing too.
All right, so I can call for seems to me like I actually have to have something. No, I can just call it. And if I do it, then I have no illusion or anything else that takes concentration.
Yeah, this would be a concentration spell, so we would be, whatever we summon, we'd be kind of thrown into the fray.
Yeah. But yeah, so we have him for exactly what it says that he's got. And I'm only casting him. This is it. If I do this, this is my only 5th level spell.
Yeah. So just kind of think about this. Do we summon a elemental or whatever, visible stock or wild elemental, whatever? I can use a wall of water to protect against breath weapons. I guess Thargus would have to kind of charge into the fray. Kazira, do you have anything that might protect against fire, or?
Unfortunately, no. I've got Shatter, Wind Wall, Witch Bolt. Those are my only real
Okay.
weaponized.
Yeah, we
spells.
really have a hole in our protections for fire. Like, we've been using fire to kill everything.
Yeah, I know. This is the toughest.
So I'm
leg
sort of
the-
in a bad spot.
Who has the Ring of the Ram? Is that Julian? Or Jules?
I have it on my character, but I don't know whether it's mine or whether I'm seeing it. I
Well,
also
it was
have
kind of a
If you have it on,
Quiver
if you have it on your character, then yeah, you have it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I have that.
because I've also got the elemental bow, and he does pretty good damage with a bow.
Okay.
So I don't have to rely only on my magic. And I believe that I actually, I don't understand how the cantrips work, and so I just try to be fair and keep track of which ones I've used this time, because I thought
Cantrips
they
are
were
pretty much unlimited.
unlimited,
Yeah,
but
those
I
don't
only
cost
know a
spells.
certain number of them, and it let me just keep putting them in.
Oh, okay.
And so I just try to be fair and only use like the same 6 all day.
Oh, you probably have 6.
Because
That
he
sounds
has-
like the right number for
For
your
sure has
level.
6. Yeah. But because I've got True Strike, and I don't think I can put it on anyone else, but I can put it on myself. No. Extend your hand and point a finger. Your magic grants you. Yeah. It only works on me. So it also adds an increase. Yeah, I get advantage on my first attack roll each turn that I do it. So, all right. Alrighty. Well, what are we gonna do? We've got 30 minutes.
We can give the Ring of the Ram to Kazira,
Yep.
and
I certainly
she can open up with a couple salvos of that. I can have a wall of water up to protect against a breath weapon. You could get an elemental out there,
Mhm.
and then Thargus could go and Tharg.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you know what the ring does, or do you want me to link it, Steph?
Should be in the
I can actually just drop one into her inventory,
Okay.
and then you would delete it from yours, Ruth.
All right. And so, how do I do that? Open the scroll wheel.
Oh.
No.
Yeah, what you would do is click the little like padlock down at the bottom,
Yes. And then
and then click the little red trash can next to Ring of the Ram,
on. It's taking a really. There we go.
and then click the padlock to lock everything back into place again.
Got it. I do not. It's a very pretty thing. Take care of it.
I will do my best.
And it is now in your inventory, Kazira.
Waiting for it to relock, but it should be in yours. There you go.
There it is.
Woot. All right. Okay, so where is my...
Yeah, that allows you to open up with like a 6d10 attack on it.
And fire does not make them immune from thunder, right?
Yeah, no, that's different attack.
All right. So I'm just wondering, what level is it?
Yeah.
It's showing on my list of what I have prepared, but it's not. There it is. So, provided we can keep everybody, that's that thunder wave that I wanted to cast earlier. It's a 15-foot cube, so we have to keep Thargus out.
You can probably lay that and avoid him. So Kazira, that Ring of the Ram, that should allow you to do like a 6d10 opening attack with it.
Yeah, so if we're gonna do it, we might as well just do it big.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Go broke or go home.
Yeah. Hell, even drop the cavern on the dragon. Okay. And I can send Gordon kind of ahead as stealthily as a little hawk can go until we get an idea where he is, and then hopefully get the jump on him. Truth is, I don't think we're gonna get the jump on this dragon, but we can hope for the best.
Yeah, you pretty much already know he knows you're here.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he knows we're here. We're not going to be able to sleep or get
Now,
any kind of a rest in.
I think we should just charge forward.
Okay. Um, so you guys are free to move around, explore all you want. Here are getting as you kind of pass into this little entrance here, the walls kind of break off from the lava, or kind of block off the lava flows, so it gets a little darker and harder to see. Anyone without dark vision is going to have a tough time here. The room itself is filled with what look like a number of charred, burnt-out skeletons. Some still in what look like what used to be armor. A couple of really semi-slagged weapons and stuff like that. Now here, however, this is a big, huge, gaping chasm in the middle of the floor.
Okay.
It appears to go wall to wall, and is roughly 20 feet across.
Okay.
And every once in a while, you will see kind of like a random burst of flame come spouting up from it.
Oh wow.
Speaking of pitfall,
Mm-hmm. Mm. All right, so sorry, click. All right. Did you just make that explode or did I? No, it's just blowing fire because it's blowing fire. Never mind.
This pillar right here, could it be pushed over to make a bridge?
Yeah, could we knock the pillar over to make a bridge? Or is our ladder long
Roll a
enough?
perception. Roll a perception check.
Okay, I will roll a perception check.
want some help on that?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Now, do you have dark vision?
I have dark vision, and I will give you an assist.
Actually, if it
Okay.
requires dark vision, I can't because I am human. I'm kind of groping
I'm
around in the
not.
dark right now, just kind of using my own spells to kind of illuminate a little bit.
I can do a perception check then.
Okay. Roll it up. Perception. you're fairly certain it goes up fairly high and might not connect with the ceiling. Though it does get a little narrower near the tip, so you're not sure if once you knock it over, if the far end would have enough girth to it to hold your weight. You're really not sure.
Okay.
Well, I'll relay that information.
Oh, bummer.
It might not. Honestly, you're not too sure. It's possible.
Well, it's not going to do us any harm to try and push it over. And if it does work, then that's great. And if not, then we go back to the drawing board.
All right.
That's a good point.
Is it a team
Okay,
effort to
so-
push? Like a strength check?
Yep.
Who has the best strength?
Thargus by hands down.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So I guess we'll all help.
But I
and
rolled
assist
really
him.
well.
Yeah. We'll give assists to Thargus for a strength check.
Yeah, we'll make this a group strength check.
Okay.
So,
I was not helpful.
Thargus rolled a 21. All right, we had enough successes. Yeah, we had enough successes to push this sucker over. Luckily for you, it was not attached to the ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
So, now, I will just use, and we'll just call it this. That'll work. Okay. Then I could kill. Oh, it doesn't have dynamic lighting. Okay, so I don't have to worry about that. All right. So you guys now have a bridge. You're free to try it out if you want.
I don't suppose Gordon wants to go land on it periodically to see if it just immediately falls down.
Yeah, Gordon will fly over to it.
All
just
of
kind
his like
bounce
pound
up
and a
down
half
on-
of weight,
Yeah.
if he even weighs that much.
He'll be the proverbial cartoon butterfly that lands on the dumbbells.
Right.
Well, somebody has to go first, and I'm not sure I want it to be the dwarf.
Is this like an athletics check?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Of which you and I are very good at failing today.
Yeah.
I will go first with my core athletics, and if I fall, please memorialize me at the keep.
So may I recommend that we lash a rope around your waist and
Yeah, let's use the rope that
Yes.
we've got
yeah.
and make
sounds
sure
like
we
a
can
good
pull her
plan.
back. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Hey,
I got rope.
Thargus, don't let her hit the bottom.
Okay, Thargus will play the anchor and just kind of hold on to everybody as they're crossing. Are you all
Well-
going to cross one at a time?
Well, before
Oh,
we
yeah.
even cross, I want to try and get a gauge for how often these jets of flame are coming up, if it's timed or if I can infer a pattern, and send people across when it's not going to be flambéed.
It appears to be completely random. I'll let you roll a
Nature.
roll. Yeah, roll nature.
I'll give you help on that.
Awesome.
Oh,
Wow, nice. Okay, 27. Okay. So yeah, it's definitely random. There's really no way to time it exactly.
And is there like a lead up to it, like a sound or something like that we can listen to, or is it completely crapshoot?
It pretty much is spontaneous.
Okay, so as people are crossing, I'm going to throw resistance on them. I think that only saves them for like 1d4 points of damage, but it's still Oh no, it gives them a bonus to their save, so they get a plus 1d4 to their save against whatever befalls them. So as people are crossing, I'll throw a resistance on them, and if there's a save involved, they'll be able to use that d4.
Now, and Kazira also has something that I think she keeps forgetting about.
Yeah.
Starting at 6th level, you have Dampen Elements. When you or a creature within 30 feet of you takes acid, cold, fire, lightning, or thunder damage, you can use your reaction to grant resistance to the creature against that instance of the damage.
I thought about that last session, and then I got distracted, so
hell
I had
yes.
forgotten. Okay, so, but that's only a reactionary.
Yeah, you can only do
When
it
it
once per
happens.
turn.
Okay.
Per round or per turn?
Per round.
Oh,
yeah,
hot
once per
damn.
round.
That's awesome.
Well, that's once per everybody's cycle. So
Right.
not once on everybody's turn.
Yeah.
So
Okay. So I'm gonna wait until the flame goes, and then start out immediately after that.
okay. So a flame pops. Now's your chance.
And I'm going. Sure
Okay, and roll an athletics check.
21.
Wrong button. I just got to make sure she's on top of that pillar instead of behind it. Okay, so you roll 21. You make it across with no flame burst.
All right. And I'm going to untie the rope and let them pull it back for the next person.
Okay.
And I'm going to
Well,
stand.
could you lash it on the other side, and it could be an assist?
Oh. Yeah. Is there somewhere I can lash it to?
There's really nothing to lash it to.
Well, then I'll just
unfortunately.
hold on to it.
Oh, okay.
And then, unless you want to tie the next person off and hold on to them rather than having them hold on to the rope.
I really don't know which would be better.
Yeah, whichever you guys want to do.
I think it would be
well,
better.
Thargus
tie.
has the lowest dexterity and is the one that's going to have to make this trip alone with no one on the other side. So it's almost better off if we do the trip order like you go, and now either Jules or Gabrian goes, because we're at least adult human male sized, and we go tied off, and then Thargus comes while we brace him from the
Yes.
other side.
I
So
like that.
Gabrian and Jules are going to have to hold the other end so that Thargus can make it with it tied on his waist.
Yes.
So let Thargus pull it back, and he'll be the anchor for two people twice his height but less weight than him. Go on.
Okay, I'll give it
All
a
right.
roll.
You next? Okay.
All right, so I will cast guidance on myself, so I'll get a 1d4 on
Oh,
my
cool.
athletics, and
Okay.
I'm gonna make an attempt. Here goes.
Okay.
Let me check. real
Where's
quick.
your avatar, by the way, Sean? I'm having a hard time finding.
He's
Good
back
one here.
behind it in the hallway because he didn't pull himself up farther.
Oh, there I am.
Okay.
There you go. Now he's on top of the thing.
There you are. Okay.
Uh,
All right.
can I actually? Can I make
go
an
ahead and roll.
acrobatics?
This wouldn't be so much dexterity. It's definitely
Okay,
strength based. So yeah,
All right.
athletics.
athletics.
Yep. 16.
I have
You make it
absolute
across,
nothing to help me.
and poof! You take a bit of a fire jolt.
Ouch.
I will throw. Wait, is it touch? Is my dampen effect a touch, or is it?
It just says it's a reaction. So, you take 4 points of fire damage on your way across, Sean.
Okay.
But you managed to get across.
Yay!
All right. So this is my athletics.
I assist Kazira with the rope holding and tying and stuff.
Okay. So you wait for a couple more puffs to go up. And Jules, what's your athletics? Natural 20. Yeah, you
Oh,
definitely
man.
crossed that sucker. And you wait for a couple of poof poofs. And as you're running across, poof, another one kind of puffs up. And you take... you take 8 points of fire damage. But you definitely managed to skitter across without any problems.
And this is
And
with
then to do this, I just use the arrow down button that's on the box.
to mark off damage.
Mm-hmm.
If you click on your character and you
Mhm.
put your cursor in the little red box, you can just type minus whatever the damage was and hit enter, and it'll decrement your hit points accordingly.
Hey.
And you can also do plus the number, and it'll add it for healing and stuff.
And Rob, this damage is with Kazura shielding us, right?
No, it is not. She can only do it once per round, so she can only do it for one of you guys.
Oh, got it. Okay, cool.
So,
Cool. Thank you.
okay, next up and finally is Thargus.
Yeah.
So who's going to take the reins? and
Gabrian
hold on?
and Jules, I think, need to do it together,
Oh yeah, we're
even
all
if we
gonna
have to
like.
be uncomfortably close, because, yeah.
Okay, so he is going to roll his athletics. Which I'm
I love
still
it
surprised he
together.
didn't take proficiency in athletics as a fighter. Okay. He is crossing, and that weak spot on the pillar just near the tip collapses from beneath him. I
Shit.
need you guys to roll strength checks.
Not saving throws, just
Not
checks,
saving
right?
throws, just strength checks.
Mhm.
And because you're both doing it together, I'll let whoever's rolling. I'll let you guys have advantage on it.
Okay, so I'll assist Ruth. Ruth, you get roll advantage.
So roll again.
Yep.
Ah,
Okay, 17. It's just enough. You manage to catch the rope while just as he's going, it almost pulls you down with all his weight, but you manage to hang on and keep it.
well, I
from
figure
going
with
down.
his armor and his weight, because
And
of his
taking you with
size,
him.
he is as much as the two of us together.
And luckily, no fire poof. So,
Oh, good. At least he didn't
Um,
singe his butt on the way down.
so I need you guys now to make strength athletics checks to pull him up.
Okay, so how do I...
Okay, can
Do
I
I-
assist them in
Can I
pulling?
assist her or?
Yeah, you guys can all run up, grab the rope, and make it a group check.
Oh,
So
okay.
each person roll athletics.
Okay, so there's a 19.
I am no help.
I think we did it.
19. Yep, it's just enough. You still got 2 successes. So you managed to pull Thargus up and over the ledge, just as poof poof, another couple kind of sputter out of there.
I kind of make a strained old man sound, kind of holding my lower back, and say, "Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Argus, you need to lay
And
off
the,
the beer."
The pillar crumbles away down into the chasm.
Oh, great. No way back.
So no way back is kind of the theme of today. I will throw some cure wounds on those that need them.
Okay.
Sure, I'll take one.
I'd be happy to take one, but not at the expense of someone else who needs more.
Okay, so Sean
Okay, so roll
got
the healing.
6, and okay, so that's 9. 6 on Gabrion and 9 on Julian, and Thargus didn't need any.
Okay. So 6,
It
9.
doesn't listen.
Okay. So whoever needs it, you get 9, 6, or 15. So, now here I need you guys to kind of roll a quick perception check.
Oh boy.
That's a giant yellow portal to the unknown in front of us.
Yes.
Well, no, you don't really need to. It's fairly obvious.
I perceive
Now that you've
what
kind
it
of
is.
gotten kind of your bearings on, up here, you notice something that looks like a fiery circling portal, set up along the wall, with a dead body next to it, and there are still a couple of other corpses lying around, but this one actually seems to be a little bit more intact.
Yeah, he was part of the party with the elf from before. Shall we go and investigate?
Yeah.
Okay,
Not
I
getting
need
close
Search
to
the body.
portal.
so whoever's going to go roll an investigation check,
Uh,
or anyone who wants
I think we can all do it, yeah.
to roll an investigation. You can all do it if you want.
Mm.
So Kazira, you definitely notice it as you're rummaging through what actually the pants are kind of still intact. They're singed and burned and ruffled, but this corpse, the clothing still seems to be somewhat intact. Where is it? Kazira, you find this. I'm putting it in your journal. So you now have that.
Tell me how to find journal.
It's kind of that folded newspaper looking thing next
Yeah,
to
it's up
the
at the
Oh,
top.
right there. Okay.
click on journal, and it should
Oh.
be, burnt journal page.
Okay. Okay. So I'm going to read aloud to the crowd. I have found a journal page, singed and kind of bloody. It is only a matter of time. The elementals are nearly upon us. And I can hear the beast coming ever closer. We are trapped. And I'm guessing that is a proper name that I can't read. Should have been our first stop.
Therastine.
Therastine. Therastine should have been our first stop.
Oh, whoops.
What was Malkador thinking? Uh-oh. Okay, so apparently Malkador's an idiot. Therastine, which I've never heard of, was where they should have gone first.
Actually, you do remember that place.
I do?
It's the place where Cadwin had sent Sean and
Yeah.
Gabrian and Phelan to
Mhm.
meet him at.
When all hell broke loose.
Okay.
That's how we
And
met them.
I actually misspelled that. It's actually supposed to be Thalestria, not Therastine. But
Oh, okay, Thalestria. So we'd been there. What didn't we pick up, and who is Malkador? I'm guessing Malkador's dead now, assuming that all of the previous party is...
Malkador is actually Gabriel's middle name. Gabriel Malkador Tarthan. You remember him saying that.
I do. Okay. All right. So, any surmises, ladies and gentlemen? I guess I'm the only lady present. Whatever.
What were we told to pick up or acquire? We weren't. We were just meeting some people, right?
You and Phelan were originally sent to find this group and tell them to meet Cadwin the Cadwin had requested them to go to Thalestria and find them.
Okay, so
Cadwin and Malara.
So really, they had sent us to get the remainder of the Seekers. This was after the Seeker stronghold had been sacked, right?
The Keeper Stronghold. Yes.
Keeper stronghold.
you were sent to deliver this message from Cadwyn to this group, to Thargus, Jules, and Kazira, to tell them that Cadwyn was requesting their aid at Thalestria.
Yeah, we completely ignored that, didn't we? Are these
Yeah.
keepers as well? Are these bodies of keepers? Do we find any?
The
sickness
bodies
like
are too far charred, burned, and decayed to really know.
Okay.
Though you could probably figure that because Malkador or Gabriel did come over with his own contingent of followers, that it's most likely these are his men.
So they went looking for the hammers too and got munched.
Happens when you're not the chosen ones.
And with this, we will call this our latest spot to stop
Okay.
and pick up for next session.